The signals that come in, let's just stop, let's end at this moment on that other section. What does it say? It says that signals control the biology, that conventional medicine only, as it said in the science article, recognizes molecules as the source of the signals, but quantum physics, which is the parent science, and all science have to adopt to the quantum physics, so biology has to adopt the physics and recognize what quantum physics says is that energy activates these receptors as well, but I don't have to convince you of that. I already have all the literature in the papers right now that energy does the same as molecules. So energy healing is not some kind of made-up thing or some kind of, being some quackery. Energy healing is real because energy is more effective in controlling biology than molecules are, and that's according to physics. So the bottom line is we have ignored the role of energy because conventional medicine is locked back in a pre-1925 version of physics. But in 1925, when quantum physics came in, it says you must include the energy in the equation.
Now, this is PIP. This is the material, the invention that I made for observing wonderful patients like my dog, Venus, in America. And I went back to 1987 when I first was able to make my first picture. I remember it was in my garden shed with an old computer called the Acorn Archimedes, which was the first 32-bit RISC computer. I still have it somewhere. I'm in love with that computer. It stopped working ages ago. No one will repair it. Just putting it out there for anybody. But yeah, never left the garden shed for 24 hours, peed in the garden and things like that. Oh, probably that's too much information for the ladies. I sometimes forget where I am, But anyway, here is PIP. Not P, but PIP. Thank you. No, it's not. It's just to remind you, forgetting my own presentation, just to remind you what the phantom leaf looked like, okay? Now, transfer that to a human being, okay? I believe, from what I've been able to observe and research over the years, and I'm being serious now, that man and woman are more than their physical parts. They are a mental, psychic creature, but also spiritual. And this is all integrated in us and balanced. And there are different layers and clothing of energy, okay? And although mind decides to function through brain, mind, we believe, can work independent of the physical brain. OBEs, people under anesthetics with near-death experiences, which I've had personally too, I'm telling you about that. Your mind can function independent of body and brain. And if you take away all the body, and you're never to return, then you have something classically there all the way through folklore of all human history. And these are phantasms, ghosts, spirits, etc. And here we had a volunteer of a young man who lost his arm in an automobile accident. But he said, sometimes, Harry, I can feel my fingers moving. I know if an object goes through. My wife has blindfolded me and has tickled my invisible hand and fingers with a feather, and I've detected it. I said, when you're feeling like you want to be tickled again, come and see me. I said, I'll tickle you with something called PIP, polycontrast interference photography, and we'll see your invisible arm, I hope. I've done it with leaves, And he looked at me most peculiarly. Have you indeed? We'll see. So he turned up a bit skeptical, and I said, can you feel your arm and hand now? He said, yes. Then I took the picture. There's the side view profile of his body, back and front. There's the stump, okay, the end of his physical arm. Here is the energy field right down to a missing thumb. Knuckles, and there's the shape of the hand, etc. And you can even see the tailoring of a wrist. Fantastic. We have repeated these experiments as well on other volunteers. Fingers and toes, and here we go. Yes, indeed. Now, the astonishing look here on this Qigong master, you heard the term eye-popping. It's because for the first time in his own body, we are showing him the chakras and meridian flows that he was taught as a young boy by his master in China, mainland China. And this is what he was looking at. Here are the classic meridian flows that flow down the arms. Okay, the chakras are here, throat chakra, heart chakra, and here is the solar plexus. And it was absolutely wonderful. I still, I believe, hold visiting professor of medicine status in mainland China still at a few Chinese hospitals because of, I went to China and trained these barefoot doctors. They do wear shoes, by the way. I was most disappointed in that. But what they do is they go back to their communities once they've been trained in medicine to work for their local communities, their local villages, their local townships. And I was privileged, really privileged, all these young enthusiastic faces to teach them how to use this diagnostic system in the field. Thank you. And another thing it can do here is also pick up not almost perfect fields like the Qigong master, but the diseased energy fields of people like with angina pectoris, where the heart chakra is completely blocked, and has put a ring around the heart of negative energy, for example. I teach the system of diagnosis of this energy all over the world, by the way. So it's something that is repeatable with other researchers. And here we have a young lady in perfectly good health, lovely strong meridians there going down her forearm. But if somebody should get, like this case, this is not swine flu, but influenza virus, all those meridians are disrupted. I did try ringing the NHS helpline when I got a sniffle the other day. All I got was crackling on the line. Okay. Yes, I know, that was a real swine, wasn't it? I do apologise. And making a real pig of myself here. And here we have the early stage, before I show you anything negative, I always like to lighten things a bit, of a benign breast tumour. And we saw this ring of energy. For the young men in the audience, I should explain that this is a brassiere strap, okay, to orientate you around the picture. And there is the top of the breast. Here we have an energy field. And I recognized this before. I'd seen it in the hospitals a few times. And I told the young lady that she should be tested out by seeing her practitioner and get a referral to hospital, maybe for a mammogram. And she went to a practitioner, GP, and he told her, sorry, I can't palpitate it, and I cannot find or feel anything. You're a completely healthy young woman. And she went back, and we still saw it growing, okay, the energy field disturbance. And I told her to go back again. And she made such a nuisance herself, she gave her the mammogram, and it was found just a few millimeters across a benign tumour growing. And it's one of the smallest they'd ever detected at this particular hospital. But we had detected it a good over 2 or 3 centimeters across of the disturbed energy field effect. And anything physical in the body or this universe happens in energy first. Nothing can happen without energy transfer. Quantum physics, when you listen to my friend and colleague Dr. Manjir Samantha Lawton, tomorrow, I hope some of you will be at a lecture, Punk Science. Yes, I love it. I reviewed her book, and I love the title to that. And it definitely goes with my personality.